received a call around 4 p.m. Regarding a fuel bowser that was crossing the causeway between Galana and Kulalu. And the fuel bowser was taking fuel to the NIB at Galana. And on its return back across the river, he encountered rising floodwaters due to the recent rains upstream. The lorry was pushed sideways by the rising water, and 2 of his wheels went off the concrete causeway. And this, obviously, the lorry was now stuck. At the time, help was called for. A tractor came from NIB, but by the time the tractor arrived to help pull the truck out from where it was wedged, the water was continuing to rise. And at that point, the water actually pushed the truck off the concrete causeway onto its side and into deeper water now. And the tractor was unable to get anywhere near, wasn't even able to enter the water because of how high it had risen now. And the tanker was now on its side, and the water was continuing to rise up the side of the bowser. Adding to the kind of fear he may have had, that river, as I'm sure you know, is full of crocodiles and hippos as well. So for him mentally, I'm sure it was extremely frightening and challenging for all that time to be stuck on that lorry. So at around 4:30 we received a call from our field manager at Galana. So the Sheldrake Wildlife Trust, in partnership with the Kenya Wildlife Service, has the mandate to do conservation on Galana Ranch and Kulalu Ranch. So thankfully our manager there was made aware, as well as the NIB management, and they called Kaluku, our headquarters, and who in turn called me asking for help. And thankfully we were in a position to scramble the aircraft, the helicopter, as soon as possible and rush down there. And about 45 minutes from the call, we managed to be on site and able to collect and rescue the gentleman. He was extremely tired. I could see that even from where I was sitting in the chopper flying. I'm told he was there since 10. So he's been a long time under extreme fear, I'm sure. Even looking through the window of the lorry, I could see the windscreen was smashed and the whole cabin was filling up with water and was full of water. But thankfully he knew straight away that we were here to help, and he started making moves to get to the helicopter, which was very helpful for us. So we weren't having to, carry him or anything like that. He knew that this was a way out. It required concentration because there was quite a few factors going on, including a crosswind from my left side, which makes everything a little more twitchy. But also the moving water underneath is a disorientating thing when you're trying to hover so still. So I was having to focus on the truck very intently, so I wasn't moving away too far. So the other gentleman in the helicopter that helped with the rescue was actually my younger brother, and he was with me at the time of the call, so he quickly jumped in and came down with me. And he was strapped in with a harness that we sometimes use for like darting operations of wildlife and all that, and that harness was strapped into the helicopter, so he was able to get out the chopper without being too restricted like a seatbelt, but still have the safety of not being able to fall into the river or anything like that. So while I was hovering close to the truck, I was mindful that now I could see out of the corner of my eye, he's gotten off the helicopter now. So now he's attached to he's standing on the truck, helping the gentleman into the helicopter. But I'm mindful that he's standing on the truck, but he's still attached to the helicopter. So if I drift ever so slightly left, I'll pull him off the truck and into the river, and he'll be hanging below the helicopter. So I was having to really I was really trying to concentrate to keep that distance the same and height the same distance between the helicopter and the lorry, so that I could give him time to help the gentleman into the chopper and get in himself. Well, immediately he got in, first thing he said is, was, wow, thank you. And I could feel a sense of appreciation and a massive relief for his ordeal. He kind of could see now it was over. He knew he was safe now. It was a massive appreciation and gratitude, but a big sense of relief, and I think he was a bit overwhelmed about everything.
Carioca.